on live.
We're on. First episode.
Sam, you a bit nervous there?
Not really. I'm actually excited.
I'm super excited too. So let's do the intro. Give you the, so those who don't know you, a lot of people know me from the Jumper Punch also, and we're brought to you on the Jumper Punch channel. And being see that, Carlton supporter there in the background. But those who don't know you, Sam, give us a bit of the intro and then let's talk about the show.
Sure. Welcome, everybody. This is our first episode. Thanks for joining us. My name is Sam Eid, and I'm an NLP practitioner and certified hypnotist. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff around the world of mindset, neurology, neuroscience, and stuff like that. We promise not to make it too geeky or too philosophical or too technical, but we want to share, our voice and hopefully, help somebody out and, talk about that in a fun way and engaging way. And we'll also talk about how we came up with the show, the name of the show, and stuff like that. So over to you, Rich.
Very good. So those who don't know, Sam and I have been doing the show for friggin' ages. So since probably the pandemic days, we used to do a weekly show. And it's good to be back. And we were having a chat with Rocco. And by the way, those who are listening are the Carlton supporters. Sam is a blue boy. So I'm wrapped that we're back first week. I think today is going to be just a little bit of an intro. And hi to all that are watching us. We see we've got a lot of people watching at the moment, which is great. And just want to sort of say what we're going to discuss today. So one topic of, I guess, if we can get started into it for the change room, is I want to talk to you about, and I've given you a bit of a brief, Sam, and I just want to make this absolute chill. This is, anyone that's watching, this is just me and Sam. It's like we're on the couch. We're just chatting together and we're talking about things. So, listen in. So yeah, Sam, I was going to talk to you about. Remember, I was telling you during the week that the guy that plays for Carlton, Harry. Okay, and he's. I guess what I want to talk about, the topic or the way we'll do future episodes, is about this guy faced his demons. I tell you, 1 out of every 3 or 4 kicks last year, it was just like, you wouldn't want to look at him kicking. You'd go that way, this way. They were doing memes about it on TikTok, And I guess where I want to get to you is that on the weekend, Carlton did probably one of the most amazing games, did a comeback from 46 points down. And when he got the ball, and just from my experience, the way I've seen it, the guy lined up for goal and he wanted to take it. Same time last year in towards the game in one of the finals, you could see that he just didn't want to do it. But he came in, he took it, faced his demons, and he kicked it. And he won the game. So I guess what I wanted to do was just, and your perspective, obviously, you North American, you watch hockey, baseball, about, and I mean, you're a fitness guy also. So you understand sports. So those that are watching, you'd know. What do you think? What do you think? Like, of how that's happened, either transpired, and then how he's dealt with it. I know we're assuming. And tonight he's playing the game. So we'll see if it's the real deal. I'll update you guys next week. I'm just going to put up some comments while you do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, we don't want to speculate too much and read too much into something. We touched on it a little bit before, but when it comes to these kind of when I notice these sudden plays, things start to happen, I look at it in terms of extremes. And what I mean by that is, sometimes you're just fed up. You're just fed up, and then you've almost reached a place of absolute calmness inside of you, and then you just give it your best, right, and see what sticks, so to speak. So potentially that could have happened. Another reason is sometimes we hear a certain word back in the change room, and something clicks, something shifts, and it plays on your mind, and that could happen too. It's from a different extreme. So there could be a potential, like a number of things, but until you get into the mind of that person, really break it down, ask them some, very probing questions, you can try to, create some sort of patterns or find out those patterns to dissect them. But like I said, luck does play a role, if you want to call it that. But I do know one thing. When I was looking at that replay, it looked like he it looks like he was determined. It looks like he was really determined. And you know, when you do a play or do anything for that matter, and for some reason, some way, somehow, you just know it. You just know it. And it's hard to explain it, but you know it's complete. It's almost like you did a quick playback in your head of that play and it was done. And I felt that the way he approached that and locked it in, just seemed like it was already done. You know what I mean? And he was just playing it out, so to speak.
You know, Sam, like what I was thinking is, the question is, I reckon he's had professional help on it, personally, because he's been like that for the last couple of years. So maybe over the summer, someone's gone and helped him. But for those that don't know, and maybe you can explain a little bit on how that, you know, how we get traumatic sort of like things, or how we get into that. Because like I was saying to you pre-brief, I was saying to you, the guy on the field, he's got one of the best kicks. Get him in front of the goals, my God, right? So I want to maybe give the people like a way of understanding how those sort of like negative emotions kick in. And then I know with like how we deal with it. So some of the mental fitness techniques that we do to help someone to get over it. And this is just a metaphor for other things. You know what I mean? So, so if you can, but I'm going to put up some comments in the meantime. Big hello to Lana Owens. You know, cool. Lana also, Sam?
Yeah, I remember Lana from previously. Yeah, cool. So listen, from the world of NLP, which stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, typically speaking, they found that people behave in a certain way because there's a certain strategy that they use inside internally, whether it's for something that's good, bad, or ugly. We all have an internal strategy. And so it's understanding what we call the meta program of what actually happens before, you know, someone does a certain behavior, goes from point A to point B. There's a strategy. And sometimes the strategies that we use are not that beneficial. So take, for example, doing something, a certain play, a certain move that, you know, you haven't really mastered yet, right? And every time we
like play around the corner or something like that.
Yeah,
I got it.
So every time you play that back in your head internally, and it happens so quickly that you keep getting similar results, right? Yeah. That's why they say that. That's why they say that when you want to do a certain move or master a certain move, you got to do it like at least 1,000 times, maybe 10,000 times until you get really, really good at it. It becomes unconscious. So you're actually doing it without knowing you're doing it. And so that's a strategy. That's a strategy. We all have this built-in way of maybe listening to a certain song, maybe something that someone said, just plays and starts the program in that strategy. So we're just really breaking it down to a micro detail. We don't want to get too technical, but
there's a question here. That could be, you could be answering at the same time. Sorry to interrupt you. I promised you, Sam, that we're not going to do this like a typical show. It's chit chat. So hit me up when I'm trying to be too much of an anchor. All right, you got that question?
Could be, yeah. Well, listen, when you thanks Enzo for the question, and if I understand it correctly, it's basically pretty much that the way you actually go about holding the ball, doing your move, whatever it is, the sequence of events, the way you've been taught to actually do that, you'll definitely carry it through to adulthood. That's for sure. You know, and then you wonder why, you know, you keep doing the same thing. It is a strategy. So there's a certain play that needs to be done in a certain way. And you notice some of the pros actually show that very well. It's become so second nature. That's what I said. When was it Harry was kicking the ball? For that move specifically, if you play it back, like frame by frame, you'll notice it's almost like he's certain. He's absolutely certain that's gonna.
You can see it on his face.
So he tapped into. My guess would be that he tapped into that specific internal strategy where things lined up perfectly, and it happens so fast that it's a game changer completely. Like you play it in your mind, and that's reality. That's reality. So yes, can you learn these kind of tips and tricks early on? Absolutely. That's usually or typically when we actually learn these behaviors, especially from a coach who's taught you something specific. And then sometimes you need to just learn to adapt and move on because The game's getting more intense, more competitive, and it's a good time to actually change it up.
Can I just say, and this in regarding good sister, bad sister comment, it's got to do with the coach and Harry, which is a great story. If you look at his previous, like he'd be like kicking around the corner, a different routine, different thing. Now he's become a lot more consistent, and that's been the change. So it's just whether it's 10 steps and he kicks or whatever it is, but you can see the change. Now, what's going to be interesting, and I'd love to see for next week when we chat, is whether or not tonight, which I'm going to the football in about an hour, we're playing. It's a nemesis team, not the main nemesis, but it's the main one. Whether or not he consistently sticks to that. So I don't think it's a fluke, and I'll say it for the record, because looking at his mindset, that he looked completely. He wanted the ball. There's the stakes are high. There's a minute to go. I remember watching it live, Sam, and I was like, oh my God, I can't watch. I need to walk out. I'm like, I can't watch. It's gonna miss. So important. And he was just bang on. So
yeah, I just want to add to that last point, that last question. That was very interesting. It seems like they had the support,
you want
right?
me to go back to it?
Yeah. Pull it back up just very quickly, right?
Oh, sorry, not that one.
No,
this one.
the previous one. Yeah. So yeah, boss has to take some credit, right? And possibly so. Yeah, and possibly so. But like I said, there are certain plays that are done, or setups, where the player either gets a nod, sets things up in such a way where he doesn't want to let the coach down at all. Like it's like a setup. Like when we say teamwork, well, hold on. But when we say a setup or teamwork, it's mechanically that. The framework means teamwork. Like when you get a handoff or a pass or an assist by a teammate.
I love that. I love it.
And those assists. If I get a handoff by a specific player because he admires me and he wants to help me, that's going to encourage me to actually deliver. Like I cannot let him down. Okay, so that could possibly also play in the whole scheme of things. It's a whole setup of things. Sometimes, like even in like business or in life in general, if I get a call, we all have someone that when they give us a call, you feel absolutely horrible. Like the moment you see their name on the phone, it's like, oh shit, like, And same thing with the play. There's also a setup. People that are handing it off, supporting, assisting. Sometimes it takes certain players to do that. And sometimes it's also the coach. Like I said, they could give just a nod or debrief you just before the play. And that
could be in the change room. Could be in the change room too.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's a perfect segue, Rich. And I call you Rich. I know people, you've got your name up here, Rash, because you multiple split personalities sometimes, right? But
you're trying to give me all right, no worries. Very good.
I wanted to, for those listening, listen, the name of this episode, this show is really called The Change Room, because we want to talk, we want to speak our mind openly and freely. And so we called it The Change Room because, obviously that's a perfect place for change and, transformation, but it's also a good place for people to let their hair down, and just like if I had hair, by the way, but for people to actually, speak their mind and share amongst each other, like let's look at possibilities here. Let's break it down.
No fluff here. We're going to talk straight.
That's the intention.
And the other thing is, just to make clear, and because this is our first show, it's not a Carlton show. I'm a crazy Carlton supporter. We're on a Carlton podcast because we're getting comments on some different like players and stuff, which you wouldn't know, which I wouldn't expect you to know. Although now you're a Carlton supporter, we know that. Well, you've been Carlton supporter.
But I want to say something. The reason I'm a Carlton supporter, this thing for people who probably don't know me or seen me before, I think it was last year or the year before when we had our previous show. I love the camaraderie. I love the camaraderie of the Blues fans, right? The Carlton, they have a strong camaraderie, and I absolutely love it. And I was stoked when I heard the news, like, they're doing so well right now with the odd exception. And so that's what pumped me up. That's what pumped me up completely. So that's The Change Room. And this is our first episode, so we're excited.
Look, there's a comment. There's a couple of comments here. Look, I don't know if it's relevant, and we'll just read it out, and then I'll see if I can answer it from the football perspective. I might be able to more than you, and then we'll. So it says the great Fev, which Fev used to be a great goal kicker for the Blues, in front of goal. Was it in front of a goal a little while, and then become one of the most. Yeah, it's true. Reliable. He found his routine and worked on it. So I think the importance there, what is there is that. Just like anything, you will get, you got to get into a routine. But see, it's a mental routine also, isn't it, Sam? Like when we're coaching someone and trying to teach them, it's like just a small example is I'll say to you, what are you focusing on? If I focus on I'm going to miss, or I'm going to focus on I'm going to get this, right? There's a difference in mindset. And this is what we teach people. Exercise that with visualization. I can coach someone without a football in their hand and get them to visualize they're kicking the goal. And it's about this, the intent. He knows how to kick a ball. Ain't that difficult? He's been doing it for years. Right. You know about that Michael Jordan. A lot of the training in basketball, they do 1 hour of visualization, popping hoops just from here, not even on the ground. So I think this is going to be interesting. The way I want to share this with people that
it is
what we do, and there is routine and what we do with people. Where, and we'll do that in the next couple of weeks. People will get to know a little bit more about what we do, and some people will find it interesting. Some people will find it boring. But you know what? We're going to offer something unique, different, and at times we're going to really put them on the table and exactly. No fuss. No bullshit. It's straight to it. What we know,
Absolutely. Put up the questions, Rich. I mean, that's really cool. Like people, like put up some questions.
Okay.
Let's get on the road.
Changed my life. Break up. Brothers, dog bite. My life is awesome. Okay. Oh, that's Gina, our friend Gina. I share the same birthday with Gina.
Is that a question or a comment or my life is awesome? Okay, cool. Amazing.
So, but changed my life, break up, brothers, terminal. Okay, yeah. So brothers terminal. So she's the way she changed her life. She had a breakup, brother was terminal, she had a dog bite, and now her life is awesome. Unless she's being sarcastic. I don't know. Gina will tell us.
We don't know. Gina, hope football as well. That's what counts. Okay.
Oh, well, this they like chatting about footy. Okay, well, we will occasionally, but not too much, to be honest. This is not. We're gonna. How do we say it? We're going to start a topic with a football topic. It could be football, could be sports, could be whatever. But mainly because my Carlton background, we'll do that. From there, those who are interested in the world of psychology and the way things go, you're going to be very surprised. We've done, both of us are certified hypnotists. We do hypnosis. We'll talk about conversational hypnosis. There might even be hypnotized here now, Sam. So I don't know if I showed you when I did it on the jumper punch. I had Rocco on Rocco. I couldn't do it. He didn't want to be hypnotized. But we got the other two guys, Paul and Mars, to be hypnotized on the show, and I swapped their personalities. So the shit works, So just imagine if that works, then what we can do, what sort of changes we can do, like sky's the limit. Seriously.
Yeah. We also
you carry on. I'm going to put comments on.
Yeah. So we also need to say something. I mean, Rash just touched on like hypnosis and what it does. So when it talks about like performance behavior, it's basically what you can believe in, the neurological connections you can create internally in your mind that will make you perform better, in sports, in your relationship, in communications, in developing new habits, getting more healthy, anything across the board. So hypnosis is a tool, it's a very powerful tool that will help you make those changes as quickly and efficiently to do that. And so when we're talking about sports, we're definitely open to talk about the footy and stuff like that. So, feel free, please join us. But we also want to get
to hear an American accent when you're hearing the footy in Carlton. I love the way you say Carlton, dude. Seriously, it's so good.
It's Carlton.
And, you know what? I think further on what you were saying before about what got you into the, I was telling you about that unbelievable run last year, but I think you were saying to me you liked it, aside from the companionship and stuff, which I've sent you things. you like that they got grit. You know, they go in. They, you know, so there's a whole bunch of different things of why you would like that. You know, obviously.
But I also want to touch on that as well. I mean, the reason I also like the team is because we exchanged a lot of messages, connections, interactions with fans of Carlton. So I was like, I just love the spirit. You know, I like the way they show up, the way they care about the team. You know, and they focus and cheer for the team. I think I haven't seen like a fan club so dedicated, so committed, and that just speaks volumes. You know, they say if you want to know how good the team is, take a look at their fans.
100%, 100%. Hey, listen, there's a comment here, which is, and then we'll talk about something else, which I've got in the schedule. But this is Gina. She's saying, brother is. This is what she was trying to say before. She's saying the brother is terminal. Giving him a month. I just need a break on everything. And that could be a topic for next week also. But whilst you do that, I think if you can maybe give some tips to Gina while I work out what's. Yep.
Sure. So, well, Gina, thanks for your comment. I appreciate that. Hope you're in a good, safe space and you're well. Obviously, there's a lot of context behind your statement. So I truly hope that you're actually doing well. But without really, diving deep into what you should or should not do, I actually look at how people use the words that they use, like the sentences that you use. When you say that you just need to take a break for a month or something like that, then at face value, I would say, then take that break. Take that break. Like start now. Don't delay that. If that's what you need, there's a reason you said that. And so subconsciously speaking, whatever word you use, behavior you show comes from your subconscious. So take it. If that's the very first thought that you get, then take that break that you need now. That break could last a day, a week, a month, however much you need to reflect and do some of that inner work that you need to get done to move past this in a safe way for you. So I hope that's just giving you a little bit of a nudge, so you could use that for your health, for respecting your space and everything around you. So, like I said, I don't have enough context, so I don't want to really prescribe anything over here. It's just a question of take that break, relax.
So using the word literally, so which is great. But I just want to say, because we'll get a lot of questions coming out, and we're here to help wherever we can and give advice. But without the context and understanding it, and also understanding that the show, this could be something that we can contact us after hours and stuff. We can discuss that sort of stuff.
100%.
But
100%. So Rich, sorry, I just wanted to add. Feel free, for those listening, if there's anything to do with like mental health, well-being, peak performance, and stuff like that, feel free to drop us a line. Like, we're easily reachable. We'll put all the information towards the end of the show.
Can put that here now.
You can easily reach out. We'll do online sessions. It's quick, to get a proper, diagnosis of, where you are at currently and what you're currently going through. So, and I hope that's fair with everyone watching.
No, we'll be fair. We'll be fair. Look, there's just one more thing I want to put up, and then and you can answer this. And I guess we're going to get a lot of questions to hypnosis, because hypnosis is such a unique thing that people don't understand. But I'm just going to put this in, and you can have a look at that. So it says here, do you really have to believe, and want to change for the hypnosis to work? A friend of mine smoked for years. I'm gathering weird. Was hypnotized and hasn't had or felt like one since. So it's worked.
Yeah. So it worked, which is great. So going back to your question, Enzo, thanks for asking. It is that powerful and it is that quick. Okay. Now, obviously, it differs from person to person. Usually, clients that come to see me personally are ones that are fed up. Like, they're absolutely fed up. On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not, and then 10 being absolutely fed up. Usually they are at a 9 or a 10, and that's just enough for them to tip them over to stop that that behavior. So it is very powerful. It's very possible. But you got to want to do it, right? You got to want to do it. There's no, it's just a decision away. You're one decision away, literally.
Sam, we've both been to hypnosis school, and there is a school for that. One of the first learnings that they tell us is that we can hypnotize someone. We can do conversational hypnosis and stuff. And I didn't want this episode to be this, but I just want to get this out of the way so it's clear. It takes a lot of effort to hypnotize someone when they don't want to get hypnotized. It can be done if it's suggestible, but I don't do it, nor do you. I'm pretty sure I speak on your behalf. However, one of the first lessons is if you want to do hypnotherapy and hypnosis, it's got to be like the hands clap. It's got to be one person that wants it and the other person that's ready to do it. And if you got to say, oh, you cannot, then forget it. But having someone, I've helped someone to quit smoking, smoke for 30 years. Someone that used to stutter, hypnosis, no longer stutters. You've done the same, Sam. So it is super, super, super powerful. Let's just say that. And we're going to get lots of questions on that. So yeah.
Cool. So we're about 26, 27 minutes in, which is great. I hope everyone's enjoying the show. Gina, that would be good. I don't have time to relax. And that always does that. Well, we got to make the time. We have to make the time. There's nothing more important than to your self-development, to your self-growth. Because let's face it, if you're showing up not good enough, then you're not going to be able to add that much value to other people around you. And this goes to say that it works for sports as well, like 100%. You need to literally show up like the champion that you are. Whatever it is you want to decide in life, whatever it is that you need, take that decision, even if it's a tiny step. I keep telling people who want to go to the gym for some fitness, and they're not really used to this for many years. I say, hey, just go there and show up for 5 minutes. Can you do that? And they're like, of course we can. I said, just start doing that. Just show up. And you know what? Just to make it easier for you, I don't even care if you work out. And off they go.
That's part of it. This is the part. You go into the gym and just doing that, or it's the intent. It changes. It creates a change. I mean, it's. We've got some wonderful stories to share with people that we've done, coaching. And the good thing is we don't have to explain. We're not going to say who the people are. Obviously, with confidentiality, but some absolute magic stories. This guy here, Sam, he's a guy. I'm going to say you're a big balls guy. So I love the fact the way you go in there. And those who don't know him that well, he's one of my close friends from Dubai, and I was living in Dubai since 2006. So, and we've shared a lot of time together. And we've done some significant coaching, whether it's clients, it's corporates, we've done sports, that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's exciting so far. That's great. First great episode here. We're going to give more and more value. We're going to be talking, stuff that you would hear in the change room, stuff like, just to be able to speak our mind, speak freely. And we're not going to hold back. We want to push the envelope. We don't want to speculate, but we just want to dissect stuff, give possibilities, make you wonder and say, you know what, and then try stuff. Don't believe anything that just try it.
Sam, you got to hit me up every time I interrupt you. But here's the thing, right? I guess the best thing that anyone can see out there, and I'm seeing another comment from Gina, and I'll be in touch with you regarding that. Once someone loses hope, that's a fucking problem, right? So here's the thing. What I want to say is that from our experience, I can tell you where you've seen the most dire things. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sam. Right? That we've been able to help people change their lives. It works both ways. The person's going to want it. They might not know how to do it, but it's okay. Go out there, go see people that know what the fuck they're doing. That's it. It's like, example, we were talking about Harry McKay as the guy, the player. it's the perfect idea. Is that guy didn't know what he was doing. He keeps on fucking up. He kicks from this way, from that way. Perhaps I reckon someone's gone and said, right, I'm going to fix this, and they've helped him. He's wanted to fix it. Seen the right guy. It's clicked. It changes. It's the same with everything. You might be feeling like all of these situations that happen. Hey, look, we all know life is like that. It's going to have its challenges. It's going to have a lot. But you know what? There's people out there that can help you. But you've got to have that readiness to make that decision. And that's the thing. So, yeah.
Not only that, Rich, I want to just build on that point. Some people look at like self-development or personal development, self-growth. They there are some people that cringe, it's like, oh, I got to do this, Yeah, it's a fucking chore. Of course it is. It's supposed to be tough at the beginning. It's supposed to be, but this is all for your benefit. That's really the purpose here. Because when you're good, everything's good. You know what I mean? When you show up and you put a smile on someone's face, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's the whole purpose here. It starts with that person. And like Rich was saying earlier, it's a decision away. I've seen some people that were absolutely hopeless, like they were in a very, very dark place, right? And for whatever, it's worth, they've managed to pick themselves up, make a decision and say, you know what, I want to change this. I just want to start changing this. And like I said, you can take tiny steps towards it, but just so long as you do it. That's really the big, jumper punch.
Love it. Oh, good. I reckon it's a nice little cut for Rocco to put, to promote. That's a little jumper punch. You love that word, don't you?
Yeah, it's a great name, mate. It's so cool. It's such a cool name and stuff. So it's an absolute pleasure. I think we're a little over 30 minutes now, Rich. For our first show, like I said, we started this first episode just to give you a bit of an intro. We're excited to talk about a lot of stuff that you would normally hear in the change room. We're not going to hold back. We're going to be talking about a whole ton of shit, and we're going to speak our mind. We look forward and encourage you to ask questions, participate, because that will give us more context as to what you wish to hear, the topics that you wish to listen to, and we'll just go from there. You know what I mean? You guys are fans, and we're fans as well, and it's just we're cheering each other on, so to speak. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Say, I'm with you on that. I just want to frame it in that. Yeah, we can help, but there's times where there's going to be tons of questions, so we'll try to discuss it within the episode, let's call it, and we'll have a theme, and we'll do our best. But it's not a talk-back show. This is the thing, and that's what I want to make clear. Although I really love helping and you love helping, this is just chit-chat. Come in, have a listen to these two guys that are a bit wacko sometimes that talk about mental health and how to make people better. And that's it. This is what we do in a nutshell. And this is a sort of the chit chat that happens in the change room to create the change. That word change room for me is double meaning.
I got a question. First of all, I disagree. If someone actually has a question, fucking let's go. Let's strip that question down. I have no problem doing that. So feel free. Obviously, we're limited to some time because we don't want to waste your time. Everyone's got shit to do. Certainly, there's a match for this episode as well.
Yeah, we gotta go to the game.
You gotta go. So that's the change room. That's the change room, folks. Feel free. We're looking forward. It's exciting times. We're gonna dive into it. Stuff, everything to do with obviously sports, business, peak performance, health. Where we're gonna move on from there. Awesome.
Yeah, all right, cool. Just look at these comments. Wait. Let me put the comments and we'll wrap up in a second. So thanks, Enzo. They didn't expect it. Well, this is what the show is. That's all good. Okay. Lovely Lana. And I tell you, the Blues family, they're so good. Lana, Gina, Rocco, the guys. So let me just put on a couple of things as we wrap up. And I was expecting it more like next week I'm going to give him some information about you. How I call you the tank. And
don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you go there, Rash. Don't fucking go there. Don't go there.
There's nothing wrong. It's all talking about you being the tank, man. Come on. You can talk about me. I'm Mr. Smooth. Right?
Yeah. Fine.
All right. So,
sorry. One last question. You're wearing a shirt that says positive on it. Now, my question to you is, did you choose that specific T-shirt because this is the first episode?
Yes, I did. Because I've had a tough day. Don't let me get started about what's happening with my internet. That's one. And just, yeah, and you know about it. So hopefully it's been good. So, yeah. But yeah, I did wear this for the show, and now I'm going into the game. I'm into which the guys are going to be meeting me shortly, and I'm at the MCC members, so I have to wear a shirt and shoes and stuff like that. So I got myself.
Best of luck to the Blues tonight. Come on, kick some ass,
Let's do it. All right, so look, Sam. Just tell them where they can find us for the weekend. I'm just going to put a couple more comments and then,
yeah. Well, okay. So you can find us on Instagram. Okay, that's the easy, quick place to do that. You can send us DMs there, connect with us over there, and we'll connect back with you. Rich has already put up the Instagram, what's it called, handles on there. Again. Yeah, that's the quickest way. We'll share more information later. We'd like to know, a bit more about you guys as the audience. I'm a very contextual type of person, so I know where to direct you. If I can help, I'd say so. If not, I'll guide you to someone who can. But that's where you can find us for the moment, and we'll take it from there.
So, all right. So every week, expect us to be here on 5 p.m. So for people that are watching in Dubai, there might be some people watching in Dubai. Huh? So let's tell them what time it is in Dubai. You know
it's
what time it
is. 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. Dubai time.
Yeah. Okay, and it's 5 p.m. here every Thursdays. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you so much on our first episode. Look, and here's the thing: there is people out there. They're probably on trains, cars. They're on their way to the game. So there's so many people watching the game. All that have joined us, thank you. We feel very humbled that you've joined us, and I hope you like the concept, and go Blues from our side.
Cool. Meet us next week, Thursday, guys. Same time at the change room. Talk some more. Take care.
Ciao.
Good luck
Bye.
for tonight. Bye.